You never know when times get tough who will ultimately have your back. It's not always your family or closest friends, but sometimes the most unlikely person will surprise you. For one elementary school principal in need, he would find hope in a person he would have never expected. Hello, story lovers. I'm Scott Leffler, and here is... This selfless elementary school teacher gave the ultimate gift that no one else could. Before we move on, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notifications bell for new amazing videos. Natalie Parker grew up outside Parkerville, Kansas, on a small farm with 5 brothers and sisters. She loved the country life, but unfortunately her world would come crashing down when the farm went up in flames while she was in high school. Natalie and her family would lose everything in the fire that day. However, they would always hold on to their memories. Thankfully, the community came together and helped get her family through such a difficult time. The efforts of those she didn't even know would stick with Natalie into adulthood and teach her compassion, gratitude, and selflessness. After college, Natalie would become a teacher and work for Tonganoxie Elementary School. She also got married and enjoyed a very successful career. However, after working at the school for several years, she began to notice something was wrong with Principal Ty Pohl. Natalie decided to ask her coworkers if they noticed anything different about Pohl. They all agreed something didn't seem right with him. Not only did he not sing on the intercom anymore, but his skin seemed to be taking on an unusual shade of yellow. Other teachers also noticed his hearing wasn't as good as it used to be. What could possibly be wrong? As Pohl's condition continued to get worse, he soon developed the chills all the time. Natalie noticed that even in the summer, he'd blast the heat trying to get warm. It was then Pohl decided to tell his staff the truth. He was in kidney failure. According to Pohl, he had Alport syndrome, a genetic condition that triggered kidney failure. His only chance of surviving would be to undergo a kidney transplant. However, until that could be accomplished, he was on dialysis every night for up to 9 hours. With Pohl's condition deteriorating rapidly, his wife had to take care of their 2 sons. The couple was told that it could take up to 3.5 years for a kidney donor, but they knew they didn't have that much time. Therefore, Pohl's wife decided to see if she could possibly be a donor match. Unfortunately for Pohl's wife, Jessica, the test determined that her kidney wasn't strong enough to be a donor. Jessica was devastated, thinking she'd failed her husband. What could they possibly do if a donor didn't show up? Realizing they were running out of time, Jessica turned to social media with the hopes of finding a kidney donor. There was an outpouring of locals and teachers wishing to help, and they all got tested to see if they were a match. Unfortunately, most were turned away. When Natalie decided to visit Pohl after surgery, she realized that she had to do something to help relieve his pain. After being tested, Natalie was given the amazing news that she was a match. Natalie was thrilled as well as emotional. She was so happy to be able to give Pohl the good news. Now all she had to do was complete the necessary testing so they could schedule the procedure. It would be a long day in January when Natalie spent the day at the University of Kansas Hospital, where she would have her left kidney removed. At the hospital, Natalie met with a team of people that all seemed determined to talk her out of going through the procedure. But why? Despite the fact that the procedure would be paid for by Pohl's insurance, the team at the transplant center wanted to make sure she realized she wouldn't be paid for the kidney donation. They also grilled Natalie about how she felt regarding scars on her abdomen and what she would do if the kidney didn't take. However, Natalie didn't care. She'd made up her mind. The day of the surgery finally came on March 21st. Determined and ready to help her boss, Natalie and Pohl were rolled into separate operating rooms for their respective surgeries. It would be a matter of time to see if the kidney transplant was successful. After several hours, the surgeon was able to confirm the kidney was functioning properly and the surgery had been a success. While it would be several weeks for both Natalie and Pohl to fully recover, he was more than thankful that she took it upon herself to save his life. We have a feeling these two are in for a lifelong friendship. Did you like the story? Check out our channel for more.